There again, what are you deciding?
Well, this is the first time I've been on the jury. It was really nice. So this year I was one of the people that put together the shortlist, the nominees for the EE Rising Star Award, and it was a lovely experience because you get into a room with a bunch of people, and it's like Benedict Cumberbatch, the actor, and Kevin MacDonald, the filmmaker, and people from the world of casting, people from the world of film journalism, and you have a load of names on the table, and then you argue about them. And what's really lovely is it was a very passionate argument. People spoke their mind and were very, very enthusiastic about it. And at the end of it, we had a blind vote, so we didn't know who the nominees were. We knew that we'd all voted, but that was it. So we just found out, same as you did, which was lovely, because sitting there watching the nominations being announced, you go, oh yeah, great, oh yeah, oh great, and they're in, and that's terrific. And so I think now what we have is a really good list, 5 great nominees for EE Rising Star. The really nice thing now is that we don't have to choose a winner from them. That's now up to the public, because it's the only award at the EE BAFTAs which is voted for by the public, and the public will now choose who they think is the Rising Star. And I'm thrilled that I don't have to do that, because I think that's a really strong list, and I think you'd be very hard pressed to pick your favourite from it.
Is it quite that difficult process? I mean, it's almost like trying to pick them at the right time. Obviously, Siraj is like fairly recent, like the pies have come out.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's interesting because it's not the first time in the Rising Star Awards in which we've had somebody who's pretty much on their debut film. That has happened just once that I can think of before, in the case of Lost Caution. But the interesting thing is that you have, for example, Suraj Sharma up against Andre Riseborough, who's obviously got a very fine career on stage and television and in the cinema. You've got Elizabeth Olsen, who's really come to prominence with films like Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene and Liberal Arts, which I thought was terrific. You've got Alicia Vikander, who for me was the star of my joint favourite film of last year, A Royal Affair, which is just a terrific film. And then Juno Temple, whose moment has arrived. I mean, she's terrific. She's great in Killer Joe. She's really, really good in Kaboom. And you saw the excitement in the room when it was announced that that she was nominated and that she was here. I think all of those people, they're at different stages in their career, but they're all on that same thing about just being on the cusp of something. And that, to some extent, is what the Rising Star Award is about. It's nice to be able to mix those things up. It's also nice that, because last year it was an all-male, nominees list. It's lovely that it's 4 women this year, and I think, any one of those 5 nominees would be a worthy winner.
And the pedigree of the ones that have won it before, or indeed the ones that have been nominated before, speaks for itself.
It does, yeah.
It matters, doesn't it? It's become a big part of that.
Yeah, well, winning an award that Tom Hardy won, I think, is good for anyone. I mean, I cast my mind back to the first year of the award when it was James McAvoy, and he was so thrilled when he won. I've told this story before, but he won and he got the statue and he was really pleased about it. He was holding on to it and he wouldn't let go of it. And then later on there was an after party and he put it down and he danced around it and broke it. So on the first night that he had the award, he broke it. So ever since then, they've made the award slightly more sturdy because they understand that people's enthusiasm about having it may actually test the mettle of the award itself. No, it's a great thing.
Scotsman, a few drinks inside him, powers unearthed.
Yes.
And a good night for them on the night itself, and indeed for everyone that's going along. I mean, the BAFTA is a key part of the year now.
It is, and I mean, I think the BAFTA significance in the world stage has really increased in the past 11 years. I mean, obviously since it was moved to before the Oscars, that was the key thing that changed its fortunes enormously, and that's very, very important. Also, the fact that the EE Rising Star is the only one of the BAFTAs which is voted for by the public. And I think last year the broadcast of the BAFTAs was seen by like 5 million people. I mean, in a time when, incidentally, other award ceremonies are starting to lose viewers. It's terrific that the BAFTAs have just continued to gain viewers. And I think that's another reason why this award is significant. That's why people are interested in it, and that's why it's nice that the public get to choose it. Because in the end, it's the public that choose it, not us. I mean, I remember last year when Adam Deacon won, and a lot of people were very surprised. Because the public went, no, of course, we knew.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good to see you again.
And